Roofs can be saved by RoofMax, guaranteed to extend the life of your current roof by 5 to 15 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. RoofMax's deep penetrating power restores flexibility and water protection. Nobody wants to replace their roof. Restore it instead with RoofMax for 80% less. Call now for a free roof inspection.
This is Morgan, and this is Morgan's Good Feet story.
I got kind of scared of trying super hard on the court. I'd always have bad pain where my arches were. But then after I got my arch supports, I stood up and it was like, wow.
Clinically proven, significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
Now that I don't have any feet problems, it's just gonna keep making a difference and helping me become a better athlete.
Help your athlete be the best they can be. Book their free personalized arch support fitting today.
We don't do anything at Arrigo Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Sawgrass unless it's big. Big deals, big savings, big service. Adriano Pucci here. You still gotta go Arrigo for our biggest event of the summer. Go big and drive home.
During the Make This the Summer event, get up to $15,000 off MSRP on new Ram trucks. Or lease a new Ram 1500 for $449 a month.
All with the Arrigo Sawgrass Advantage. Go big and drive home. Only at Arrigo Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Sawgrass. Right off the Sawgrass Parkway on Madison Avenue.
It's the Rooms to Go Labor Day sale, the perfect time to save big on furniture, like this mid-century style bedroom with queen upholstered bed, dresser, and mirror. On sale just $11.88. And your choice of 4 great bed colors. Now at Rooms to Go.
7 News. Stay connected 24/7. Now at 10.
Crews rushing to put out a house fire in Miami, but it would turn deadly.
It's a reaction of relief.
A wanted man now off the streets again, accused of removing his ankle monitor while on house arrest, charged with several crimes. A dog has found a forever home thousands of miles away. Now a local nonprofit is stepping in to help get him there. All eyes on Chicago. Vice President Kamala Harris set to accept the presidential nomination as the Democratic National Convention gets underway. From heavy rains to extreme heat, millions across the country dealing with the wicked weather this morning.
How racehorses transition to a slower pace of life. It's coming up in our 7 Spotlight.
All right, good morning, South Florida. Thank you for waking up with us. I'm Tavares Jones.
And I'm Samantha Sosa in for Alex DeArmas. Today in Florida at 10 starts now.
This is 7 News Today in Florida.
All right, it's 10 o'clock. We start with a live view of Fort Lauderdale Beach on this Monday morning. It is August 16th. There's a boat out there in the distance.
Looks nice out there.
Hopefully they're sailing somewhere. Good.
Meteorologist Erica Delgado live in the Flex with your reversed forecast. Erica.
Hey, Samantha, Tavares. Don't we all wish we were on that boat this morning? So conditions will begin to change for us in the next couple of days as a front that will remain across northern Florida is forecast to stall. We remain on the warm side and we'll have that southwest wind day in and day out, which means starting today through the next couple of days, we'll continue to see some rounds of afternoon thunderstorms as all thunderstorms will be favoring the East Coast midday and into the early afternoon. A quick check on our temperatures, 88 in Fort Lauderdale, 87 in Pompano Beach, all the way through Fort Lauderdale, and 88 in Hollywood, I should say, 87 in Hialeah, all the way through Miami. That goes for Kendall down into Homestead. And as we work our way into the Florida Keys, we're seeing more of those upper 80s. 89 in Key West, Marathon and Layton, already 90 degrees in Big Pine, and we're seeing those mid to lower 80s across the upper Keys from Isla Mirada into Key Largo. We have that steamy southwest wind anywhere between 5 to 10 miles per hour, which means we'll see those steamy conditions first, and then we'll see thunderstorms moving from west to east across South Florida. We're already seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity on either side of our area. Right now entering mainland Monroe, big cluster of thunderstorms, a few across the Atlantic moving away from the East Coast, but you can see that that will be moving towards the west and then towards the east as we work our way to the afternoon. So we'll keep scattered showers and thunderstorms later on today. Have that rain gear with you. A closer look at that in the days ahead. That's coming up in a few minutes.
Now to a news alert out of Opelika, where a police investigation is underway. A special response team with the Miami-Dade Police Department in the area of Northwest 142nd Lane near 18th Avenue to serve a warrant in connection to a homicide case. No word yet on any arrests or which crime this investigation is connected to. And
now at 10 o'clock, neighbors stunned after a house fire turns deadly in Miami. A body of a person was found inside.
Now police are investigating what sparked this tragedy. 7's Jordan Segundo has the latest. He's live in the neighborhood where this happened. Jordan.
Well, Samantha and Tavares, that home is...
But it's like he's trying to run a one-man band out there. Behind his seat and leave a comment below. This is a make or break season. He's got to make an impact. Good morning, guys. Good morning, and welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad to have you guys here. It is Monday. It's the 19th. And we are moving past. I got to tell you something right now. The summer has blown by. I keep saying that, but now we're heading into some conversation. And we have a lot to talk about today. I know a lot of people, obviously, you read the headlines, a lot of political conversation. I would not come on here and talk about this random stuff if it wasn't important. Good morning to all you guys watching the live show right now and people that are going to come in here after the show. We were talking about Kamala Harris, talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about the poll, the live updates, what's going on after Trump has a rally in Pennsylvania. Now, a lot of people will tell you this, what a bold man to show up out in Pennsylvania after being shot at, right? Shot in the ear. Some people say it was a setup. Some people say, no, it wasn't. Anyway, we're going to talk about it because there's a lot more to go into. And how many times can you talk about it? A lot. And I'll tell you why. I wish I could get on here right now and just talk about sports. I wish I could get on here right now and talk about the things that I enjoy in life even more. But I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't get on here and really have conversation and give you the unbiased information. Someone, again, who I can tell you, coming from a biracial background, white and black, I can tell you the truth. I don't got to hide it. A lot of people won't say certain things I will because they'll get thrown some shade at them. Oh, you shouldn't say that. You're a racist, yada, yada, yada. I don't get that because I'm going to tell you, I can give it to you straight. And instead of right now, I got my coffee. I actually got a Monster energy drink coffee this morning. We'll see how this rolls together. I think it should be helpful. I think everybody in the chat right now, if you're watching a live stream, do you drink coffee in the morning when you get ready for the live show? Because I need it. I don't know about you guys, but good morning to all you guys. And let's get into it right now. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, live updates. What I got for you now, Trump just had a rally. We're going to go into that in a second out in Pennsylvania. But what I want to say is right now, is Trump leading the polls? Is he moving forward? A lot of people out there giving information, changing the polls every single day, talking about, Joe Biden was there. And then Trump obviously crushed him in the debates. If you're watching this right now, did Trump not crush Joe Biden in the debate? Now, again, this isn't about who you're voting for. This isn't Republican Democratic conversation. This is just, did Trump crush Joe Biden? We're going to that why he had to step out. How was he forced out? We're going to talk about a lot of cool things today. Even the break dance are out there for the Olympics. So we got a lot to dive into this morning and why it falls into the political conversation. I'm going to explain that to you loud and clear. If you're in the chat right now, make sure you do your vote, Trump or Kamala Harris. Pick it right now, Trump or Kamala Harris in that live stream. Select it right now. And in the chat, who do you got? Trump or Harris? Drop it in the chat right now. No hard feelings. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. And we're not going to have any awkward moments because we're going to give it to you straight. And if you're in the live stream right now, if you believe somebody should be the president, put in there why. If we disagree with you or someone disagrees with you, put in there why. Explain it. Enlighten people. Let them know. So here's a question right now. Obviously, they're debating. They're going into this right now. And so Donald Trump holds his rally in Pennsylvania and has an enormous crowd. Let me break this down. When I say enormous crowd, I'm talking the rally was loaded. There was a lot of people out there, and Trump came in with his policies and wanted to explain a lot of things about what's going on. Now, if you're watching this live right now, I want to give you this completely unbiased. I'm not coming at this from perspective saying, you got to vote for Trump or you got to vote for Harris. I'm going to shoot you straight and tell you exactly what's going on. And people that are coming in, Trump wants to run on these policies about lowering, interest rates, making things more affordable. Getting out there, making it so if you're a new couple and you're married or you graduated from college, you're getting out there and you want to get yourself a house. You work so hard through all those years of high school, listening to your mom and dad saying, you got to get good grades in school. And I'm doing it right now. And I'm pushing my kids to do well in school. And I want them to get straight A's. And if they don't, which they don't, they get good and bad grades at times. I want them to be successful. And when they get up there in high school and college, graduate, have an opportunity to go buy a property, get married, have a good family, all those kind of things, and great morals. Now, is it possible for Trump to get in and help fix those issues, lower interest rates, right? Help people get those houses. Even your cars. I had a car lease. I went and refinanced my car. No, sorry, I didn't refinance it. I had a car lease and then I financed it. So instead of, going out there and trading my lease, getting another lease, trading my lease, I said, you know what? I got a Tahoe. I'm going to keep it. So what I do, go out there, I go to get my Tahoe and finance. I go, whoa, why is the payment so high? I just paid on this for 3 years. Well, that's because interest rates up. Well, that's obvious, right? Everyone's talking about that. Interest rates going crazy, cars, grocery store stuff, everything. We're going to go into that in a second. He holds the rally out there in Pennsylvania, and people were excited. Being that I'm from Pennsylvania, born in East End, Pennsylvania, then grew up in New Jersey, I think it's only nice and smart I get on here and have this conversation with people that are watching around the world, because I know a lot of people in Pennsylvania. I can tell you a lot of great things, a lot of positive, a lot of negative things too. People do some good and bad things. But I will break this down for you in a nutshell, that Trump had a rally out there again, and he said, look, I'm back, Pennsylvania, what do you guys want? And people want change. People want change. So when I go into this rally for a second, I want to dive into that. Before I go back to that, I want to ask you guys a question. Was Trump forced to debate on a biased network? Is he being forced to debate on biased networks? Now, I want you guys to understand it's in a live stream right now. All love to you guys for just joining us right now. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. Everyone that's watching this right now, better hit that like button right now. We want everybody to see this message. If you want everybody to see this message, you got to hit the like button, leave a comment right now so people can get this out there. Do you think Trump is being forced to debate on biased networks? And why I say that is he accepted to debate against Biden on CNN. And I'm not hating on a network right now. I'm just going to tell the truth here. You got Trump up there having to debate against Biden on a network that 100%, if not 100, 90%, 95% of those people were for Democrats, right? So you got a guy out there that's got to go out there and debate. And he goes, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do it. So he goes out there and he debates on that stage. Now, why is this important to talk about? Because then now they want to have it on what? ABC or another platform here, NBC, whatever it is. And Trump's like, I'll take it. I'll take it. Like, can you imagine Kamala Harris going and Joe Biden going to debate on Fox? Like, could you, honestly, I want you guys to hear it. Can you imagine seeing Trump and Biden in the past and now Trump and Kamala Harris on Fox? It's not going to happen. Why is that not going to happen? I want to know what you guys think in the chat. Why do they have him debating on CNN? Like, think about that for a second. CNN steps up and goes, hey, you want to debate? You can do it right here. You can do it, but there's going to be no live audience. You're going to play by our rules. No live audience. You're going to debate on CNN. Now, here's the thing. Trump took that. How did Trump do on CNN? Right? Like, how do you think he did against Biden? Which leads us into a conversation we're going to have in a second. And all love to everybody that's hanging out in the live stream. We're now coming in and talking about this conversation. I think it's important. We got to go over it. But all I'm telling you is Trump had to debate on a platform where he knows most of their viewership are Democratic voters. So to go up there, you got to have, for lack of better words, lack of better terms, some big cojones to go up there and go against a president, the current president of the United States of America, debate against him on a platform that everybody voted for him, most of them. And now Kamala Harris steps in, right? So now you got someone who wants to run against Trump. They're going to debate again. They're going to go on another network that obviously is not going to be a Republican-generated system where you have the moderator out there asking questions, leaning toward Trump to be successful. Now, I will tell you this. Watching the live stream and watching him debate on that biased network on CNN, I will tell you this. If you're watching right now in the live stream, comment in the chat who you got, Trump or Kamala Harris. Click the person right now. We're pretty dead even right now. I'm looking at the polls right now in here. Click on it right now. Who do you got, Trump or Harris? And in the live stream, pick why. Tell us why you're picking them. And we're gonna go over this right now. But I will tell you this right now. I believe that Trump's got some big cojones to get out there and debate on a live stream, with no crowd, with no energy, which you know he likes energy, feeds off energy. They had to make it so Biden had complete silence and can hear everything very quietly. And here's the picture again. I'm going to go into in a second when I would talk about it. But to make him debate on CNN and not even give him another opportunity to go somewhere else was like, okay, that's the first slap in the face, obviously, but he has to get through that. Now, here's a question I want to talk about for a second as we move forward here. Kamala Harris has been in office, okay? And it says had 4 years in office with Biden. Now, she gets up on there and she says, if I get in office, I am going to fix the prices in grocery stores. I am going to lower the prices when you go buy milk. She said, when you go buy bread, it's 50% higher. She said, if you want to go to the store, we're going to help fix that. We're going to help fix this. She's been in office for 4 years. And I say Kamala, look, I'm not saying, just so you guys know, Kamala, I'm not saying in any kind of way, but if someone asked me, am I saying it wrong on purpose? No, I'm not. Is it Kamala? I don't know. So if I say Kamala, it's just because that's how I keep hearing Kamala. I just say it like that. No hard feelings in that direction whatsoever. Kamala Harris has been on stage with Joe Biden for 4 years. Why would she all of a sudden now, and this is just a question I got for you. This isn't mean, I get, you know what? Forget that. I am knocking her in this position because if it was Trump saying that and he didn't do shit in 4 years, I'd be saying the same thing. So I am knocking her on this position, and I am going to give it to you straight here, and I'm not going to do any different. If you're watching this right now on live stream, hit that like button, comment in the chat, Trump or Harris right now. And look, as we build this platform, we want more people to jump in and join us on these conversations. I think it's important because it's completely unbiased and I'm giving you the facts and I'm asking you questions so I can get answers to things. And if you come in and people are like, oh, I'm voting for Harris, tell us why. You voting for Trump, tell us why. I want to know what you think about this. Do you not think Kamala Harris had Kamala, again, don't know how to say it the best way for her, not hating on her in that way, but she had 4 years in office with Biden to do all these things that people are talking about. Now she's gonna get up there and she's gonna fix the grocery store prices. She's gonna stop them from price gouging. Why on earth, if you've been there for 4 years and you're currently there now, why aren't you doing it now? Why are you waiting till election time to say, if I get elected, I'm going to fix the grocery stores? Well, you've been in there with Joe Biden for 4 years. I'm asking you as a citizen, someone who's going to the grocery store, someone who has 4 kids and swipes that card every week, $300, $400, $500 sometimes a week. I don't care where you go. I don't care if you go to Publix, Costco, Stop and Shop, Sam's Club. I can name across the board, BJ's. In the chat, where do you shop at? Where do you shop at? Put in the chat where you shop at. I want to know what you guys, where do you shop at right now? I mean, honestly, and put the flags in the chat. Yeah, I got to make sure during this live stream right now, we're getting the flags in the chat. We're getting the USA chant going right now in the live stream. Get it growing. And we want people to see this message. That's why we got to leave comments, hit that like button right now and subscribe. If Kamala Harris has been there for 4 years, right? Oh, you know what? If I get in there right now, I'm going to lower prices on this. Then why aren't you doing it now? If she did it now, then everybody that's voting would be like, yeah, she did do that. She is doing a good job. If Kamala Harris was in office and Joe Biden was in office and they were crushing it right now, I'd be like, shit, hey, we got to vote for them. This isn't a Democratic Republican conversation. This is, I'm going to select if people are proving to us they're doing what's right. I'm the kind of person where I'm like, Republican, Democrat, throw that in the background for a second. What are you doing when you get in? What are you doing on your policies? What are you doing if you're in office right now? What are you doing if you're in office later? I mean, the question is, you're here right now. Like, well, if I become the president of the United States, I'm going to do this. Do it now. You're literally in office right now hanging out with Joe Biden. What I don't understand. Is it because he's making all the decisions? You're not making the decision? I find it hard to believe that realistically that she's not in on a lot of these policies. I mean, Joe Biden, and I'm not knocking his age whatsoever. We will all be there one day. We will all, and I'm not saying senile because he's senile. A lot of people say he is. I'm saying we will all be at that age where we don't understand shit. We're all going to get there. That's just life in general. We all get to the point where like, shit, I can't hear you. I can't see you. I can't understand what I'm saying. We're all going to get there. So I guess what I'm saying is I understand that he has had some issues, but she's there. Who's helping him? Her. She's the VP, right? Been there for 4 years. Now, here's the next piece of the pie I want to go into right now. Make sure that we go over this. This is kind of important here. Does our military and police support Trump? Or do they support Kamala Harris? And why this is so important is because they're pretty big, important people in our world right now. I would like to imagine, I would like to think that if in fact we have to go to war because of our election or our president who's making decisions, quote unquote, with Joe Biden in office right now and Kamala Harris, wars are all over the place. I'm not saying it's all because of the U.S. I'm just saying we're not really. We're just helping fund people in wars. Trump said when he gets in, he's going to stop the war. So at the end of the day, ever since they've been in office, it's been wartime. Agreed, right? When Trump was in office, it was not wartime, and I'm just saying. And then when Biden was in office, he also left all this damn shit over there, left our troops, left people, left citizens over, Afghanistan, wherever the hell it was, and tanks and all kind of shit. $1 billion. They had a parade. They had a parade over there. Just so you guys know, if you haven't seen it, they had a parade with all of our tanks and shit that we left over there because of how Joe Biden pulled out, which was probably one of the worst situations in history. And again, I'm not saying it to make anybody do anything. I'm just telling you the truth. And I shared this live stream today, even on New York Today Instagram, people to come in here and get realistic measures, not just Trump supporters, realistic measures around the world, people that can see what we're talking about right now to see what people think. But anyway, the question is, do you think that our military supports Trump? I got to tell you, after talking to a lot of people, traveling, dealing with people around the world, living in New York, living in New Jersey, having a place in Vegas, living in Miami, having a home in Georgia, literally living in a lot of places in this world, living around the country, I will tell you, there is a lot of military that support Donald Trump. There's a lot of police force that support Donald Trump. So the question remains and is, if you get in office and you don't do the right things and war breaks out, the military and the police are the people that have to step up and do certain things. Now, to be honest with you, all of us are going to be in a position to have to do some things. If you think I'm joking, you look around these countries, they are random people walking around with guns. Like, these aren't just military people. So if they bring that to our lifestyle, which could happen, letting all these people in our border, which we're going to talk to in a second, do you think right now that the military is in favor of Kamala Harris? Do you think they're in favor of Trump? In the chat, what do you think? Put USA in the chat and put who you think. Put USA and put Trump, or USA and put Harris. Who do you think they support? And remember this, remember the whole defund police situation? Defund the police situation. There are police force, and I said this last time. If you're watching this right now, hit that like button right now and subscribe. There are police force out there. Yes, there are some people out there that are racist. Unfortunately, there are some, right? And it's not the majority. There are some out there, and I would imagine it's a lower percentage than ever was in history because life is evolving. As a product of a white and black household, right, a product of being biracial, I got a chance to see a lot growing up. I've seen some police that were great people. I see some police that weren't great people. But let me tell you something. If you defund the police, the people that defund the police will be the first people calling the police when you need them, right? Let's be honest. Let's be real with that. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Mile High's in the building. Good morning to you. I will tell you this. The people that want to defund the police are the first people that will be like, I'm calling the police. I'm telling you right now, if there's a lot of Democrats out there, and I'm just telling the truth, I'm not hating on a specific party. I'm just saying, if you're a Democrat and you say defund the police, what the? Are you losing your mind? Someone breaks into your house. The people that break into your house are the same people. The people that break into your house, right? Defund the police. They're breaking into your house and then you're calling the police. And they're going, you just told me on live TV, defund the police. So the problem that I got with that is the policies right there, or some of the morals and conversation is completely off. Now, did the Democrats really want Kamala Harris in office? Like, realistically, did the Democrats even vote Kamala Harris? Did they even want Kamala Harris? Like, that's a question that all these Democratic voters, if you feel for a second that you're like, yeah, we're going in and we're going to win this election, you probably didn't even vote for her, nor did you want her. So that's another problem. And the reason why I say that, again, I'm not knocking her to run for office, but this man had to step down. This man, Joe Biden, was forced down. Do you think he wanted to step down? He was saying, if the only way I'm going to get out of this office is if something like a tragedy happens, right? Or if I'm terminally ill or some serious problem occurs. Well, I can tell you right now that even though I think he's a little slow mentally, it's not like he's terminally ill on his deathbed or not tragic happened. If anything tragic happened, Trump was the one that was shot in the ear. That's a tragedy. But in this position right now, The Democrats didn't say, we vote Kamala Harris. She went to run and she didn't win. So therefore, Joe Biden won. They wanted Joe Biden. After that, this year, they had other opportunities to vote for other Democrats. So speaking for the people, and again, I'm going to vote for Trump. I'm going to be clear with that. I'm going to vote for Trump. But speaking for people that are on the Democratic side for a second, I have a question for you. If you didn't vote for Kamala Harris, how she just got in, we're going to just put Kamala Harris in office. Don't you think that you didn't even have an opportunity? Like, you didn't even have a chance to pick her. Now, you might like Joe Biden. You might have liked Hillary Clinton. You might have liked, Michelle Obama. You might have liked other people that might have wanted to be in office, but you didn't have a chance. You had to go with her because Joe Biden was forced down. He had to step down. And that was realistically what was going on. Do you think for a second right now, I'll pull this picture up right now because I think it's important. Do you think for a second, okay, that Joe Biden had any opportunities right now to decide if he was going to be in office or not? Because in his mind, he's in office right now, he's the president right now, and he's running for the election and wants to be the next president of the United States of America. Do you think that the Democrats had the best chance to pick who they wanted to be in office? Right? These are the kind of things I'm talking about. It's so confusing to me. If you're in the live stream right now, put Trump or Harris, put in there right now. Don't forget, we want this video to blow up and get out there to people. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and let people know. Because all I'm saying is this right now, this man was forced to step down. He was forced to step down because he made it very clear. And look, allegedly, right? Like, he was forced. Because if he said, only ways I'm going to get out of here is if I'm terminally ill or something happens to me or some tragic accident. All of a sudden, it was like a week later after the debate, it was like, whoo, that debate did not go smooth at all. That debate did not go smooth. Let's admit that right now. That debate did not go smooth for Biden. So guess what? They had to find other measures. And this is what the other measures look like. Now you got Trump and Kamala Harris will debate, and I will have the debate live right here. During the debate, I will be live on this platform. If you're watching right now, make sure you come on this platform and you stream this live. I'm going to be right here, live audio coming through the speakers for you guys to hear everything. And we're going to have live reactions from people because they're not going to let people really be there. They're going to make it where you're on a biased network for Trump, where he's on a platform where most people are Democrat, and you're not going to be able to hear anything that's going to make any sense. So I'm going to play it here, and I'm going to give you guys a live interaction so you guys can actually decide how you guys are feeling about it. And if you're watching this live stream right now, I appreciate you guys coming into the building. And let me break this down for you too. As we're going into this part of the conversation, I got two things I want to talk about. And my wife brought this up, and it was important to talk about. I think we need to hit these topics right now. And realistically, at first I'm like, no, I'm not going to that. But I think it's smart to go into that. Now, a lot of things are going on in the world, and people are flipping the script and saying what they think, right? But then you got people, obviously, like Brittany Griner, right? Brittany Griner was a great basketball player and based in the U.S. She's a great basketball player, right? And people were like, oh, man, she's phenomenal. She was not a big fan, right, of what was going on. I pledge allegiance to the flag. She wasn't a fan of that. Our alma mater. And I'm giving it to you allegedly. She didn't call me on the phone and tell me that. So I want to let you guys understand something. So she gets arrested and she's over there, right? And all of a sudden, the U.S. becomes a little more important right now, right? Like, I need my country to stand up for me. I need my country to get out there and help me out because I'm arrested in Russia. How the hell am I going to get home? So now I would imagine shit gets a little more difficult, right? And then even though she was against the flag, right? Against, if you want to say the flag or against what America stood for, then all of a sudden, the American, during the whole situation when, during the Olympics, she gets gold or whatever the case may be. And when they start the national anthem, all of a sudden she's in tears because she realizes, holy shit, America really loves me. America came and got me. America made that happen. When you're dealing with people, out there, obviously like the Russians or the Chinese and shit, do you know what goes on over there? Like, you're arrested in those prisons. First off, she's like 10 feet tall, right? Like, they're probably like, who the hell is that? Right? Like, she's 10 feet tall. And during the Olympics, these people do not like us because we win everything. So they don't like us anyway. After the Olympics, they didn't give a shit about us. They said, America's cheating. America's winning every damn thing, right? In the chat right now, put USA for the damn Olympics because we crushed it. And again, Trump or Harris, drop it in the chat if you're just joining us, because we want people to see this video right now. But people now are flipping the script, right? And then here's the other thing. These are some of the things that are happening in the world. And these are conversations and questions. People are like, what is going on what's going on in office? And then you got people like this. Breakdancers in the world stepping in. This is another sign of things not happening in the right position of power, right? Like you're sending people for the Olympics. And if you're in the Olympics, these are the best of the best of the best of the best. And inside of your country, you have all these things set up. This is another reflection on how people can beat the system. How can you beat your own damn government in your own USA, right? In this position, how can you beat Australia? How can you beat Paris? And how do you get in there and all of a sudden you're nominated and you didn't even deserve to be there and you had up your own system, ran your own party, you didn't even let people vote, your inside job here where you show. Did anybody see this shit? Did anybody watch this breakdance going on? Like I'm watching that and I'm going, this is some serious bullshit. Honestly, at first, I'm watching them going, I'm waiting for her to really get started dancing. Like she's putting on this little performance and she's being comical. Just full Comedy Central here. And then she's going to really turn it up and she's going to break this shit out. And people are going to go, damn, she's a good dancer. That's not what happened. That was actually the least of what happened. She got out there and she embarrassed herself. She embarrassed her country. And more importantly, she embarrassed the Olympics. And she put it on blast to let you know how easily someone could jump in there and just pop up, right? And be like, oh shit, I'm in the Olympics. These are the kind of things that we're talking about, obviously. And we're talking about Donald Trump, talking about Kamala Harris. The reason why I wanted to bring that to your attention, because these are things that happen inside of people's office, inside of, obviously we have Republican and Democrat, inside of the nation. Over in Australia, people are just popping up and do what the hell they want. Then you look at the whole thing with the Olympics, you're like, whoa, how does this happen? There's like a board. There's all these people out there that have to make shit happen. And that is the kind of thing that we're letting literally get into the Olympics, and it's an embarrassment. So what I'm looking at right now, and I got another image here I want to show up, and I pull it for the side-by-side. You have two people right now that are going to be in office to run for president right now in the United States. One person on the left has been there for 4 years and is now claiming that she's going to make changes. Why are you not doing those changes right now, though? If you're in office with Biden, you could do it right now. You're the nominee. You're the one that's going to be running for you're running for the president of the United States. You're the Democratic. You're the nominee. So therefore, if you could make those changes now, then all the people that are going to vote for you and people that are not going to vote for you will see that you're actually making those changes now and be excited about what you're doing. I mean, I would imagine that's what I would do. Like, I would get out there and start doing that shit now. I wouldn't wait until I get elected and start making those changes. I do it now. And I'd be, look, I'm lowering interest right now. And people that are watching going, holy shit, she is doing that. Vote for her. Or I'm going to make this when you go to Publix or Costco or Sam's Club, your price of all your shit is lower than it is right now. I'm like, damn, she's doing that shit now. She stands on business. Like, she's getting it done. She's standing on business. What I can absolutely promise you, though, is this piece of the pie right here. Trump held the rally in Pennsylvania, and he explained what he was going to do. And he said this. He said, when he was in office, we had extremely low interest rates, and we did. I bought my house at 2.9 interest. That bank will send me letters every month until the day I die if I keep this house, because they want me to refinance my house right now because I'm 2.9. Thank God the banks are like, Kamala Harris got in and they raised it up. If we can get Brandon to go through a hard time and refinance at 8%, holy shit, we will get him on that property. And I'm not saying verbatim that's what they said. But in business, if I'm a banker and I have you at 2.9 and I can get you to 8%, don't you think it's in my best interest so I can make money off of you to do those kind of things? So obviously, they're going to be like, shit, if Kamala Harris gets in office, Joe Biden in office, we're going to bring that shit back. We're going to make a lot of money in this bank. But what they don't realize is a lot of people are going to go bankrupt. There's a lot of people that live in these neighborhoods around me right now with houses that are worth millions of dollars. And guess what? Interest rates are going crazy, so they can't refinance. They can't sell and move because if you sell your house, you can't afford to buy the next damn house. Interest rate's so high. So the problem is that all of a sudden, people can't afford to buy houses, and so the rent goes up. So you got people can't afford to buy houses, can't afford to rent, can't afford to put food on the table. And you got Kamala Harris saying, when I get in office, I am going to lower all that shit. Why don't you do it now? And if someone in office, if someone right now in the live stream that is picking Kamala Harris, why don't you tell us why? Literally, tell us why. Why isn't she doing it now? Because we can understand, because she doesn't tell us, she doesn't explain to us why she's not doing it. So that is why I'm doing it. And here's the thing. If I was watching this Trump rally, okay, if I was watching, let me make sure I got the correct picture here for a second. I got this right. Hold on a second. If I was watching this and Trump got up there and said, when I get in office, I'm going to lower taxes. And when he was up, he did not do that. I'd say, no, you didn't do that. You got in and you ran the shit up. If that's what he did, I would call a spade a spade. And what that means, if you don't know what a spade is, what that means is I would call it like it is. If he got in office and he ran the damn taxes up and ran the interest up and all that shit, I'd be like, we can't afford that. If Kamala Harris and Biden got in, and they brought it from 2.9 to 4 or 3.5, I'd say they're trying to make some adjustments. Like in my mind, I'd say they're making some adjustments, bringing some money in over here to move money here to 8%. I just bought a condo on the beach at 8%. Why am I buying at 8%? Why did it do that? Why is gas prices so high? Why is that? And why all of a sudden, here's my other question. And Trump made this very clear too in his situation when he was talking about it on stage. And I'm giving you real life conversation so you guys can understand. Why did she get up there also, pull the reaction picture up here so you can see Kamala Harris while I'm talking. Why did she get up there now and also start to repeat the things that he was saying? She goes, oh, I'm going to, you know what? And you know what? And our interest is so high. But you're going to raise interest again. And you're offering, and this is one thing too, we're going to give $25,000 to people trying to buy houses, and we're going to get rid of college debt. That is to get the millennial vote. That is to get the Gen Z. That is so they can get those younger population to vote. Well, let me tell you something. It sounds good. It sounds good in your mind when you walk around college campus and they're telling you you are going to not have to pay for college tuition. That sounds good. Who's going to pay for it? Like, that's the question you got to ask yourself. Does it just go blip, gone? Like, it's deleted. It's completely gone. It's deleted. It goes in debt somewhere. Taxpayers pay it. You will one day, when you graduate from college, you're going to be paying higher taxes anyway now. So pick your poison. Pay your college tuition or graduate and have crazy interest. Can't buy a house. Can't get a car. Can't rent. So basically, instead of getting out and having your regular college debt and then getting a place and building on your life, now you can't do shit. Like, this is the God's truth. This is what's happening right now. And I'm putting it on just black and white for people to understand. I am a big time supporter of people doing what they say they're going to do. Like, do what you say you're going to do. I have 4 kids. When I tell one of them, guess what? I'm giving you a surprise. If you come home and you get a good report at school today and you did your homework and you did great and you were a great classmate and you went to practice if you have sports, or you showed up and you did your assignment, the teacher said you were focused on your work and you completed the task, I'm going to take you for a surprise. When you get off the bus or when we pick you up in the car, or in our terms, guys, just so you know, I hate to break it to you, I pick my kid up in a golf cart from school in Miami, a little different. It's hot. You pull up in your golf cart and get your kid a little beachy. You pick your kid up from school, and the first thing he says to me, and as I see him, Dad, surprise. And I'm like, did you good in school? Yep. We're going to get a surprise. Why? Because I told you I was going to do that. If I let him down at this age, I have a 7-year-old, 5-year-old, 2-year-old, and a newborn baby. I got 4 kids. That's why I'm on here right now talking about this shit. I think it's important that you guys understand this. That's why I'm so motivated to do this instead of talking about sports every damn day, which I love more. The reason why I'm so motivated in here is because I have 4 kids and I got to do what I say I'm going to do. When Trump got up on that office, on that seat, and he said, I am going to do this. I am going to do that. And I'm not saying Trump's my dad. I'm not saying Trump's your dad. I'm not saying that Trump is anybody's dad. But what I'm saying is Trump said he's going to do it, and goddamn, he was doing it. He was lowering interest. I got my freaking interest at 2.9. I got friends that got 2.5. I don't know how they spun that one. But I got 2.9. I said, shit, Donald Trump is on it right now. We're buying houses. We're renovating houses. We're flipping houses. We're moving. People are rocking and rolling. People are doing new business. People are creating new companies out there, getting loans to build stuff, doing all kinds of opportunities. You get a loan, it's only this percentage. It's so much lower. You can repay it. You can have a lot of fun. You can go out there. Free enterprise. Feels good, right? That's all I'm saying right now. And then he did what he said. Biden gets in office. Kamala Harris gets in office. Let me break this down for you why this is important to hear this right now. They get in office, and the scary part is they said they were going to raise interest. And so what scares me is I'm like, well, if I listen to what they said and they did what they said, they did raise taxes, they did raise interest, and people knew they were going to do that, and they actually said it. And that's the only respect factor that I have realistically is they said they were going to raise, like Trump actually said they're going to raise taxes. And they did. I was even right again. They got in, they raised all that shit, and now people can't afford shit, and people are upset and complaining. And while I'm doing this live stream right now, give me a second, make sure my TVs are properly functioning behind me. As we're doing this live stream, I'm explaining to you this for a reason, is people literally heard him tell you they were going to do this, and they went and they voted for him anyway. I don't understand for the life of me, and that's why I need to understand and why I'm doing this live stream. If you're voting for Harris and you're in the live stream right now, you're watching it later, I want you to tell me why that makes any sense. And the reason why is because I'm not coming from a place of I'm against people or hurt because you're a Democrat or hurt because you're Republican. I'm coming because I just don't understand the principal point of what you're doing. Like, you're voting for someone who wants to raise your taxes, raise gas prices, raise interest on everything. You can afford a hell of a lot less. Everything is inflated. When Trump was in office, it was deflated. God damn it, it was so low that I was like, I could buy everything. Now I'm like, everybody's going to watch their money, and they think taxing the rich is going to help. Taxing the rich is going to hurt. Why is it going to hurt? Because taxing the rich is going to make it so they don't have the money. They're going to let people go. They're going to start firing people, letting people go. This person doesn't have a job. Now what? Now that person's trying to get money. They're collecting assistance. Then all of a sudden, what are they doing? Now you got them giving more money out, more handouts out. Interest, taxes go up even more. Like, it's just handout. If you got a problem and you can't work, and you tried to work, and you want to work, and you just can't, guess what? You deserve some help. If you're an older person, you're a senior citizen, or you're much older, guess what? You deserve some help. If you're on there right now and you got an issue, and a real issue, not a bullshit issue, you deserve some help. And there's people out there that do. And rightfully so, I hope that they get it. But all these people out there that don't deserve shit, all those people out there that are just pure lazy and don't give a goddamn, all those people out there watching this live stream right now, if you're watching this and you don't give a shit about working at all, you're part of the problem. I hate to break that down in a way because I want everybody to respect me and I want to respect them. But you're part of the goddamn problem if you're out there running around and you're not doing worse shit and you're out there complaining, I'm going to hire this person because they're going to throw me some money. That shit's going to come to an end. The more money they keep throwing your ass is going to get worse. Everyone saw that, right? The moral of the story is our children need to have the best person in office. They need someone who's going to show up, and when you get to the school system out there, they're going to let people be taught the right things. English, math, history, science, right? Social studies, gym class. If I missed one, I apologize. Not missing one on purpose. You're going to see those people out there. Oh, you didn't say that because you're like, no. All those opportunities should be taught by those teachers. They're a lot better than a lot of people. I give them credit for teaching, and their salary is too damn low. To teach all those kids, it's too low, right? But you should not be teaching our kids shit that they don't need to learn. You don't need to teach our kids a whole bunch of shit about being a cat or a dog or who you want to be today and are you a boy or a girl. And I think this is important. Every time we talk about this, we got to bring this up because I'm scared to death. When I drop my kids off at school and they come home and they say little things to me, I swear to God, I want to be the best father in the world. And I don't care if I don't care if you're gay, straight. I don't care what you are. If it makes you happy and you were naturally born that way, that's what you are. I'm happy for you. Be who you are. Be who God helped you become. Be who God built you to be, right? But if in some way, shape, or form, the school or the system or the way that they teach the system or whatever the hell case may be has put it into your head and made you change your mind or helped you convert to another piece of what the hell that you want to be right now, if they were the influence, not your own personal self, make sure you guys hear this properly. I don't want people going on there as we build this live stream and this gets huge and our show gets big and we're all over sports and entertainment. And people are like, well, because Brandon didn't like these people. That's not what I said. I love everybody who you are naturally. If the school system has tried to help you convert to something or made you change your mind about how you feel or made you think that you are not a boy, you're a girl. If you're a boy, you have a penis. Just saying right now. If you were born with a penis, listen, you might not have selected that. You might not have got up on national TV and said, I want to be a guy or whatever. But damn it, that's what you are. In the chat right now, if you agree with me, put a Y in the chat and put USA, put Trump, put Harris. Leave a message for me if you guys agree with me, because we're getting ready to put it in a piece of the pie here where you guys can comment and put it on the screen. I want to see what you guys think about what I'm talking about right now. So I'm going to pull that up here and connect it here in a second so you guys can actually communicate with me. And I got it right here. Let me make sure I got it right. Bang, there it is. Now we are getting ready to be in a position where everybody watching this can communicate with me. Let me make sure I got it right here. And you're going to be able to put your message up on the screen. And that's what I like to see. Let me just see if I got this right. Give me 1 second. Bang. Let me see if you're on and rocking. Let me hit the view button. Let me see if you're on there. All right. We got it loud and clear right now. Now that people can communicate in the live stream right now, everybody, if you're watching this right now, do not be shy. Put USA in the chat. If you're in the Mason mob, put the flag in the chat. Put it there right now. Trump, Harris, who are you voting for? Put it out there. Don't be scared. And if you got any questions and you want to know why I'm doing this, you can ask me on here. On Sports Entertainment. Damn it, I want to wake up every day and I want to talk about football. Right? I wake up every day and I love watching football, man. It makes my life feel good. When football's not on, I'm upset. If I didn't get on here, though, and talk about this, I would be doing you a disservice because there's a lot going on in our world, and without our world being protected, we can't play football anyway. We can't watch football on TV anyway. If football is not protected, we can't watch it anyway. If our people are not protected, right? Starting at the top. If our military isn't prepared and not protected. If our children and our family are not protected. If our friends and all that are not protected. Football and all that shit is out the window. So what's the point of coming on here every day and talking about that shit every day if we can't even watch the damn shit anyway because all these crazy people out here causing nonsense? And I'm just calling it like it is, calling a spade a spade. You got two people that are running for president right now. One was elected by the Republican Party. One was not elected by the Democratic Party. So right there on the screen, and I'll say it again, we have two people on the screen right here running for president. One was elected by the Republicans and has been debated one candidate, now to the next one. He was elected by the Republican Party for a long time. Not just this year, not just last year, not 3 years ago, not 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. Long time ago, this man was elected and has been the candidate for a long time for the Republican Party. And now you have the Democrat Party, Kamala Harris, who was not elected, and by the way, this red jacket, I didn't put this on purposely for, just that purpose. That's my main thing for years. I love this jacket. I have 5, 10, whatever in my closet. I got like 20, 30 sport coats. I got like 1 or 2 red ones. And damn it, red just looks good on TV, boy. It looks sharp. It stands out. Love it. That's why I'm wearing this right now. It has nothing to do with who you should pick, just so you guys know. I'm not trying to come up here and be biased or anything. It's unbiased. But when I make that very clear so you guys understand that piece of the pie. And when I pull this up here, I think this is the last piece I want to talk about before I pull you guys up on the screen. And copy and paste your message again. I want to pull it up. Don't worry. My message to you guys right now is that he's forced to communicate on these biased networks. And we just brought that to your attention here. And this stage, this quote-unquote stage now will be Trump and it will be Kamala Harris on the other side. And they're not going to be on CNN. I believe it's NBC or ABC, or whatever that is. I think it's NBC. I can't remember right now. But they're going to communicate on here on a debate stage. And people are like, don't you think it's bullshit that, A, there's nobody there, one, and you can get past that. I can get past nobody there. But do you guys think it's bullshit that who is even selecting that? And then they're saying Kamala Harris and her husband are big time connected to these networks. So it's like, it's an awkward situation. It's a very awkward situation. And right now, that's why I did this. I actually shared this live stream on New York Today because I want some real people to come in here and vote. And you see right here, a lot of people are picking Harris in the live stream right now. So a lot of people believe that Harris should be elected. So here's what I got to tell you. And I am always unbiased in my opinions. I'm always unbiased in how I explain it. But right now, what I want to tell you is, I want to tell you this for a second. If you're voting for Harris, then you must be happy with the current situation. If you're voting for Kamala Harris, you have to be happy with the current situation. And I want to make sure that's clear, because I appreciate everybody. When we do sports entertainment, hang out with me, it's all love. I appreciate you guys. It's all love, and I want you guys to be a part of what I'm doing. And this doesn't make me not like you. This doesn't mean that we can't be friends. Doesn't mean we can't hang out and watch sports. I'm just bringing it to your attention, and I think it's important. I'm going to mention your guys' names in a second and pull your messages up on the screen here. If you are in favor of Harris, that means you're in favor of high interest rates. You're in favor of high gas rates. You're in favor of the shit that they're teaching in schools. You're in favor of loaf of bread being double the cost. You're in favor of, obviously, your entire grocery bill being out of control, out of pocket. So that's my whole thing. Like, I want to know why, though. Like, if people come in and they vote this way, and I'll lead you with this. I had a friend that lives in New Jersey. I'm not going to say his name on here because it's important that I don't. I have a friend that lives in New Jersey, and he told me every single reason we had conversation, everything was about Trump. Everything was against Kamala Harris. Everything was for Trump. He loved Trump, supported Trump, and everything that he said, all the policies. And he said, but I'm voting Democrat. And I said, that doesn't make any sense. I told one person, don't put it in the chat if you know who I'm talking about. I said, why would you vote for Kamala Harris if you just told me everything she did is screwed up and you literally believe that Trump is the better candidate? Because everything you just explained was you want to lower interest, you want to lower taxes, you explained everything that Trump was doing. He said, well, because my mom votes Democrat. I said, I appreciate the loyalty, but I don't understand that. There's certain things in this world that you should do, and you should be loyal to your friends and your family. But I'm just saying, you must agree, if that's the case, then you must agree with the current policies. You must agree that what Harris is doing and Biden is doing is they're helping your life get better. Do you think your life is better right now under President Biden with Kamala Harris? Do you think your life is better right now? If you do, then go ahead and vote for Harris. If you think your life sucks right now and it should be much better, and you think Trump will lower your interest, you think he'll lower your taxes, you think he'll focus on our military, and again, I have pictures of him with the military, which I think this is so important. And again, if Kamala Harris was this way, I would be showing her so much more love and appreciation, because this isn't about hating on her. This is just what she's doing right now in office. And then here's our border, right? Here's our border. In the chat right now, is Kamala Harris protecting our border? Because she says our border is good. She said our border is good. She's never been to the border. She made that clear too. And so, like I said, I would love for her to be doing great things, because then I would give her a lot of love and praise. If Biden was doing great things, I would give him a lot of love and praise. Like, I would literally get on here and be like, damn, Biden is crushing it. Damn, Kamala Harris, shit. I would show so much love to the party, regardless of what you are. I don't give a shit, Democrat, Republican. I got Democrats voting Republican. I know Republicans so to me, it's so damn confusing. I know people that I know personally that are Republicans, that are on Democratic Party. Like, literally, they're on the Democratic Party just to get in office. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're in office, you're trying to get in office, so you're becoming a Democrat just so you can get in. There's so many weird and awkward situations going on. And that's why, instead of coming on here and just sharing this live stream with just all the people that I know and people that I talk to on a daily basis, and just Trump supporters or just Harris supporters, I didn't do that. I shared it across platforms to get what people want. And so what you can see right now in this live stream at the top, can you guys see right now the poll in here right now, like what people are actually picking? Like, people legit are in here right now selecting who they believe should be president. And drop it in the chat right now. If you guys could, put Trump or Harris one more time. If you're watching this live stream right now, in the chat right now, put Trump, and I'm going to type it with you guys right now in the chat, because I want to just see who you guys are selecting personally. I just want to get an idea, what you guys think, but I just dropped it out there. There's always going to be things that he does or she does that we don't agree with, and that's okay. There's going to be times out there, if Trump gets in office, that he's going to do things, you're like, I don't agree with that. That's okay. If Harris gets in office, I don't agree with that one thing. That's okay. But when you look at safety, that is not okay. If you are unsafe Wars are going on. We got military warships pulling up. And I showed this last time. We have military warships showing up, pulling across right near Cuba, right, pulling up. And now there's even conversations about Chinese rolling in Mexico right now and all the buddy system in Mexico. And so all I'm telling you right now is, do you think for a second that Kamala Harris right now is protecting us? Do you think for a second that Joe Biden is protecting us? And I want you guys to hear this shit because I'm telling you the truth and I'm showing you real pictures. I'm showing you shit that's going on. The Russian warships are pulling up near Cuba. You got more of that shit. Then you got Chinese. Look it up online whenever you want. Chinese people are now more and more in the buddy system in bed with Mexico. Right next to our country, right? Why do you think Russia's so upset about us in Ukraine? Because we're right next to them. That's what they're doing here. Do you think in the live stream right now, if you're watching this live, if you're watching it later, do you think Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are stopping this shit? Do you think Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are making sure that you're protected? Do you think they're looking out for the military? Do you think if your kid, your son or daughter is in the military? All of my uncles on my mother's side, majority of them, all in the military. Literally, all of them. Military, Army, Navy, Marines. I have tons of cousins in the military, all different branches. Navy, Marine, Army. I have best friends in the Army. One's getting ready to retire from the Army at a young age, was in there since he was, 18 years old. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, if you think that Biden and Harris are supporting your safety right now, then go vote for them. And I got to tell you something. I want to be very clear. I love everybody that comes in here. I love everybody that's enjoying this conversation right now. I love everybody that joins our show. I love everybody that comes on here and gives your honest opinion, because I just want to know if you're a Trump supporter, if you're a Harris supporter. I love to have a conversation with you. I'm not knocking you in any way, shape, or form. My question to you is just very simple, and it comes down to says, why are you doing that though? Like, why are you doing that though? Like, that is the question. Why are you voting for Harris if you are? Why are you voting for Trump if you are? Break it down for us in the live stream. Don't come in and just pick your damn person and then walk out and be like, I'm picking that. You know, I'm just saying, when I look at the whole situation, and let me ask some questions right now in the live stream, because I just want to make sure I got this right. So let me look at some messages right now coming in. Okay, so Paul. Let me ask Paul for a second. It's the last message I saw on here just pop up. Paul. If you're saying Trump is going down and you're upset about that, right? Let me see, Trump going down, fools. Okay, Paul, if Trump's going down, that means you are happy with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden right now. You are very happy right now with interest rates. You're very happy with taxes. You're very happy with the school systems, with teaching our kids whatever you want. Paul, am I right or wrong? Like, this isn't a shot at you. If someone says Trump, I'll ask you a question too. Paul, if you just said that in the live stream, I just read your message, said Trump's going down. On the live stream right now, I'm asking you, this isn't a debate, this is a question. Why? Drop it in the chat right now. Elijah, love having you join our show for sports. Love having you in there. Everyone that's joined us right now, I appreciate you joining us and hanging out with us. So this isn't a shot at all. This is really my question to you guys. I want to make sure I got this right. Elijah, we appreciate you coming in. Tell us why. Let us know why. Tell me why. Like, I want to know, so I can wake up in the morning and be like, okay, shit. Like, maybe this guy's on to something. Like, let me know. Tell me. Persuade me. Tell me why. I'm going to read all these messages on here. Chad, what's going on, Chad? Tell us what's going on. Let's see who else is in here. Rakeem. Okay, Rakeem, you're happy with Joe Biden. Tell us why. Why, though? What is interest right now on houses? 8%? I bought my house at 2.9. Why do I want to pay 8% for my house? Let me tell you something right now. I made a lot of money in my goddamn life. I'm very blessed. I'm happy. And thanks to people that I grew up with and pushed me in the right direction. I have great kids. I have an excellent wife. Like, I am so blessed. I thank God every day, every morning. Thank you. I appreciate it. Not just when I have hard days. I look for him. I look for him on good times. Thank you. I'm going to say that first and foremost. I've been very blessed in a lot of ways. And a lot of great people have had my back. But I'm telling you, if I had to have 8% interest rate, I would never have been able to buy my house that I purchased 5 years ago. I would not have been able to afford it. I would have been stuck in a tighter, crammed house with 4 kids, with no space, having problems, stressed out, And I'm not. Why? Because I got a 2.9 interest rate, could afford a lot more house. My house is more comfortable. My life is better. My payment is lower. I feel a lot better. Tell me why if you're in here right now. Like, explain to me right now. Tell me why. Rakeem, tell me why. Explain to me why in the chat. I appreciate everybody that's in here right now. I just want people to shoot me straight. Mahai, what's going on, Mahai? Tell me what's going on. Why do you support Trump? Tell me why. If Jeff Lee, tell me why you support Trump. Put it in the chat. I'm going to read it right now on the live stream. Annie, we love having Annie on our live stream. Comes in all the time, hangs out with us, and we love, give us your honest opinion. Hangs out for our morning show, our sports entertainment platform. We love that. We talk about sports 90% of the time, but we got to get on here, and we got to talk about this because this is important for our life. Like, this is important for our livelihood right now, and this is a part of the show right now where it's a live situation for you guys to get on here and explain. And when I ask people and where I'm from, let me see. So you believe, so Rakeem, you think interest rates and taxes are higher because of Trump. So I'm going to help you understand something, Rakeem. Interest rates and taxes are always higher when the Democrats get in. Are you not? I don't know if you're familiar with that. The Democrats always want to raise taxes and interest and put on the rich and tax the rich. They're always about doing that. So he's not fixing anything. But if you give me something I can use, if you give me something that I can use, I'll agree with you. Like, if you tell me something, I will agree with you. I just don't agree with that. Give me something good here. Let me read it right here. Let me see what Elijah's saying. Let me pull it up here for a second. Give me 1 second. Let me read this. Okay, I agree. Elijah, Kamala Harris doing inappropriate things, right? Listen, inappropriate, right? Then let's say this. Why is it that Kamala Harris wants to do things now? Like, why is it that all of a sudden Kamala Harris wants to get on there and be like, when I get elected, I'm gonna change what's going on right now? She's basically saying when she gets in, she's gonna do what Trump was already doing. Lowering grocery store stuff, lowering gas prices, lowering interest. Like, why doesn't she do this kind of stuff right now? She's been in office for 4 years. Like, she's been in office for all 4 years. So these are quite, the reason why this is important to me is so I really understand and people in here can understand. Because if you just go vote for Harris, because I'm just saying this right now, because I can say this shit because I'm biracial. I can say what the hell I want to say. If you're a black person in this world right now, and you're like, I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she's black, that's the dumbest reason to vote for Kamala Harris. Because just because you're black, she don't give a shit about you personally. And I'm not saying Trump does. Trump doesn't know me either. I'm hoping that I get a chance to go on some of these stages and have some good conversation. Trump is doing it for the people. He's not doing it for me personally. He's like, whoa, white person, black person. Is this just so he's a businessman and getting out there making deals, being like, if you mess with our country, we're putting tariffs on you. We're not buying shit from you. Anybody else that works for you, we're not sending them shit. So they make you bleed so we can move things. It's a chip that moves around. It's called business practice, right? Kamala Harris has been in there for 4 years. We have to remember that, everybody. Why isn't she doing all the shit that she's saying she wants to do now? That's what I'm talking about. People that get in office, it's important to have these conversations, and it's important to me. I'm sports and entertainment all day long. Something important pops on here, I'm going to cover it. But why we had to come on here today and talk for an hour about this was important, and have conversation. Let this get out there and hit the live stream and move on and keep on growing. This is so important for our country. It's so important for our culture. And right now, Paul, let me read what you're saying right now. Let me read what Paul's saying because I asked him a question. Let me be fair to him. So you're saying, so what is Trump doing to stay out of jail? Donald Trump has been running for office for years and has been doing so many productive things for the country to become successful financially so we can be comfortable and focus on proper business practice and make sure that, do you think that Joe Biden does everything perfectly? I'm just, the reason why I ask this question is just so I'm entertained, but so I know what's going on. I hate to come off being biased because that's not what I'm doing right now. I'm on here to get honest opinions. I'm not on here to be biased. I'm on here to find out the mentality so I can understand, am I missing something? Let me read here right now. So I just don't understand for the life of me what's actually going on here. But I appreciate people coming in here and leaving messages right now. And look, I want everybody to be welcomed in here. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter, if you're a Harris supporter. I want people welcomed into the live stream because I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know how you're feeling. And Paul, I'm not biased, Paul. This is what bias is. And I'll answer this properly for you. Biased is when you only have one vision and one direction, and that's what you speak on. I don't have one direction. If I did, I would eliminate all the Harris supporters out of here. I wouldn't even put the Harris people in here. I would have not have shared it on New York Today Instagram page. I would have just had it on only the Republican networks. I'm doing this because I want to get the honest feedback from people. And when I ask questions, it's because they're currently in office. If Trump was in office, and I'm saying this for people, and I appreciate you guys, Rakeem, hear me out. Anybody that's a Harris supporter, hear me out. This is all love to you guys right now. I want you to hear this. All love in the chat. Paul, if I was on here right now and Trump was in office and Trump was raising our taxes and Trump was raising our interest rates and Trump was raising gas prices and Trump was allowing people in school districts to teach you that you could be a cat or a dog in class, or if Trump was not a fan of the military or Trump did not want to close our borders. Paul, do you not understand what's going on at the border? I'm showing you right now the reality of what's going on so you can understand why I feel like I feel and why I'm asking these questions, to understand why people would vote for someone. Don't just vote if you're a woman. Don't vote for Kamala Harris because you're a woman. Vote because you believe in her. Do you see that border? Now, if you think for a second that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are protecting the border, they're not. I hate to break it to you. The people are pouring in rapid herds. And allegedly, this is the part that I don't know, but I believe is right, and I believe everybody's talking about it, and we have to ask you guys, are they not giving these illegal, they call them immigrants, illegal aliens. I'm not using alien because they're aliens. Well, by code and by language, you're showing up here, no one knows who you are, unannounced, and you're an alien, whatever. If you're showing up in our country, do you think they should be given a cell phone, health care, a place to live, a meal card? And then we have people on our streets right now that don't have that shit. We have American citizens born here that have had family here and history here. Illegal people are getting help. We got people that have been here their whole life and their families have been here and they're not getting shit. So that's why I'm asking you right now, like, leave it in the chat right now so I know. And if you're watching it right now in the chat, put Trump or put Harris in the live stream right now. Trump or Harris. Drop it in the chat. I want to see how many Trump supporters are in here right now, how many Harris supporters are in here. And you can let us know. If you can tell me the truth, I'll listen to you. I'm not like those other people that get on here on the live stream and they don't have any conversation. They don't want to know how you're feeling. I want to know how you're feeling because I'm confused by people's thoughts. I'm confused by people's thoughts. Okay, Rakeem, look at Trump's background. Let's look at Trump's background. Look at anything. Look at whatever the case you want to put in. Let me see. Mexicans free rent to stop. Look at this. This is more messages coming in. I mean, like, people are coming in here. Imagine if they start walking in your backyard. That's why I'm asking you right now. Imagine if all these people crossing the border were walking in your backyard. Walking right through and walking to your backyard. Are you a fan of the border being open now? Like, that's my point. Are you a fan about that now? That's my question. And look, drop it in the chat, your honest questions, your honest messages. I'm not hating on you. I would love to know what you guys are thinking. Put it in the chat. And people that are in here right now, if you're a Republican and you're rooting for Trump, tell them why. Don't hold back your feelings. We don't got to be rude about it in the chat. We don't got to be ignorant. We could just be real. Everybody drop your messages in the chat right now. How are you feeling? Where are you from? Paul, where are you based? All love to you. All love to people that come in here, and if you're going to give honest information, don't come in. You can talk smack a little bit if you want. We're tough skin, but come in here with some real messages and some real conversation. We welcome real information and real conversation into the live stream. I want to protect my kids. First and foremost, I want to protect my kids and my family. So, Paul, I know you want to protect your family and your kids, right? If you have family and kids, I know you probably want to do that. Rakeem, I know you want to protect your family and your kids, right? Voting for Kamala Harris and Biden is going to be a reflection of what you had in the last 4 years. You're going to have open borders, people pouring into our country, left and right, taking over cities. Shit's getting severely screwed up. That's what's going to happen, number one. And I'm telling you this, not because I'm telling you to vote for, I'm telling you this is what's going on right now. Like, this is what's going on. Number two, your interest rates are going to continue to go up. Number three, your gas prices continue to go up. Number four, now it's really difficult for your family to afford a property. Going to keep going up. Problems are going to keep happening. It's going to continue to keep happening. Paul, if you're a fan of that, that's fine. But I know what's going on. I think this is what I'm starting to believe. And I want you to help me in here in the live stream. And I'm not being biased here. This is what I think is happening. I think people are brainwashed into thinking that Harris, Biden, their administration is only severely screwed up inflation because of Donald Trump. I think that's what, and I could be wrong. I want to know if that's true. I think people are brainwashed into thinking that the only reason why interest rates and taxes and all that shit is up is because of Donald Trump in office before that. I think that's what people are being, and that's what I'm reading right now. It's not because this is how I'm feeling about what's being said. Now, Donald Trump said he wouldn't ever rent to a black person. Okay, this is why I have to help educate Rakeem. This is why I have to help educate you on something right now, okay? I want to help educate you on one thing. And the reason why I'm doing that is important for everybody to understand this right now. And this is an education part that I want to give you because I believe that I'm not hating on you. You should pick what you want. I want to educate you on something right now. When you go back in the history of years, all the way till now, I have a property. I've run a property, right? I rented my house out, rented this house out, rent other properties out. My other house, I have several houses that were for rent. This is the thing. If someone shows up at your house and you go, I'm going to rent to you, and you're well maintained and you have kids that are in order and the shit's not all over the place and you feel good, white, black, or Spanish, you're going to rent to the person that's going to maintain your shit. Okay? What I think happened was a long time ago, Donald Trump had to choose between who he was going to rent to. And when he looked at the person that showed up to rent, he thought they were not going to treat his property well. And I can attest to that. Growing up, there were times that I see in my own family where we are on top of shit, and there's times where people screwed shit up. Call it like it is. You got a family that have a lot of kids, some that have no kids, and I see how they treat their properties. And let me tell you something. If it was someone on there that was going to ruin my house, they're not renting my house. They can stay for a week. They're going to cause some damage. We're going to clean it. They're going to leave. Let me sip my coffee for a second. They're going to stay and they're going to leave. But what I want to break down for you is Trump is saying all the shit loud and clear, letting you know what's going on. Do you think for a second that Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton, do you think they give a shit about a black person or a white person? The reason I'm saying this is because they really don't care about our race whatsoever. They're running the country. There's white people, black people, Spanish people. The best way to do it is to set it up so people can evolve. How do you evolve? Lowering taxes so people can afford. You think a black person in America, since you're bringing up black, you think a black person in America can rent now? That's what I'm asking. Do you think a black person in America, I'm biracial, so I'm telling you the truth. White and black. Grew up in a black household, have a black mother, white father, so don't really care. The race thing doesn't bother me whatsoever. So do you think right now for a second, that they give a damn about whether or not you're white or black? They don't care. They're out there trying to build business and evolve the country and people to grow and prosper. So the problem we have is, I know what you're saying, like help the black people out, help the white people out. The worst thing to do is as a president step in office and go, I'm going to hire a transgender. Well, why don't you hire the best person available? If it's a transgender, great. If that person is available and they are the best person for the job, sign them up. I'm not, like, if they're a black and they're the best person for the job, sign them up. What I don't like about the Biden administration is the fact that they like to go outside the box and hire someone just because that person they might have some experience, but they hire that person and say, Joe Biden hires a transgender. Or Joe Biden, I'm just giving an example, so don't knock me on this. Joe Biden, I'm hiring a black person. Joe Biden, I'm hiring a white person. I'm hiring a Mexican person. They're doing that so you can be like, wow, they just hired a Spanish person, a white person, black person. And the reason why we're talking about this right now is because they're the ones that are in office right now. They're in office right now. That's why I'm talking about this. If Donald Trump was in office, okay, and he just had a rally right here, I'll pull up here. If Donald Trump was in office right now and shit was bad, I would say that this rally didn't mean anything. If he was out there talking, I'm going to lower taxes, and he got in and he didn't do it, or if he said, I'm going to lower interest rates and he got in and he didn't do it, or if he said, I'm going to fix grocery stores, he got in and he didn't do it, or if he said, I'm going to get out there and try to build a wall, he got in and he didn't do it, I'd say Trump's a liar and I wouldn't vote for him anymore. So, I have all love and respect everybody coming into the live stream. I greatly appreciate you. And there's a lot of people in here that will debate. There's a lot of people that will say yes and no. There's a lot of people that have some awkward feelings. And there's people that believe certain things. But all I'm saying is this. I'm not talking about 100 years ago. I'm not talking about 20 years ago. I'm not even talking about 5 years ago. I'm talking about in the last couple years, we've had people in office. If you feel great about the direction of where things are heading, then you're a Harris supporter. If you feel like the last couple years has been shit, then you got to vote for Donald Trump because you want to change the feeling that you have right now. If you go to the grocery store and you buy all that shit and your whole damn, your grocery, your cart is loaded with groceries, you show up and it's like $400 and you're like, it's normally $200. You could thank Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for that. Right or wrong? When Trump got in office, he brought the gas prices down. He brought interest down. He brought a lot of shit down for people to be able to afford things. That is why I'm like, shit, that was good. I made way more money. My family was way happier. People were excited to wave the American flag. We didn't have this nonsense. We didn't have wars going left and right. So that is why I'm saying this. I'm not getting on here saying this for any other reason. And I greatly appreciate everyone that comes into the building right now, everyone that comes in here and hangs out with us and supports the program. And if you're leaving a message in here and you're helping educate people, whether you're a Harris supporter or a Trump supporter, I appreciate you coming in because it's important that we have these conversations. And look, I'm not throwing shade. I don't want to be biased. My goal is to be unbiased. And that's why I ask people in here every day to give me their honest opinions. And I appreciate you guys more than anything, and I really do, I don't care what side you're on. And there should not be a Republican and Democrat. It should be the world votes and comes together and says, look, who should our president be? Put them down and pick one. The whole Republican and the whole Democrat, liberal and conservative, it just causes conversation and, this person's a racist and this person's not. If they just put everybody on a card and they didn't say Republican or Democrat and they said, look, we're putting people on a card here, let's vote. Here's the president's up for nominee. Bang. Don't put Republican, Democrat. Just put the names up there and go from there. We'll be happier. If you're watching this right now, Rakeem, how do you feel right now? You think shit's good? Do you think that taxes are good? You think interest is good? Do you think that when you pull up to the gas pump, you think it's good? He wants to drill. Trump wants to get out there and drill and bring stuff back to America again, help build stuff in America. Right now, we're buying all kind of shit from China. We've been doing that for a long time, but more and more and more is going to China. More and more and more is going outside of our country for reasons that we're confused on, right? And it's all love, it's all respect, and it's all appreciated that people come in here right now, have honest conversation, and help educate people. And we can come together and decide on who we vote for because we hear everything. I'm not on here going, F Kamala Harris or F Donald Trump. That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you what's happening right now in current life, what we're going through, so we can make adjustments and come together. Before we sign off today, I'm going to put this on here. You got two people running for president. You got Donald Trump. And we'll have this conversation. We're going to have the live debate on here on our platform. We're going to have the live debate on here during that so you guys can hear loud and clear. We can have conversation right here because when you watch the debate on TV, you can't even talk to anybody. So I'm going to have it live right here for the debate, right on this platform. If you're in here, you better come here and show up and have conversation because we're going to be live right here. You have I'm going to leave you guys with this. You have a candidate on the right of this screen right here who ran for president and he was elected formally by the Republican Party. On the left-hand side, you have Kamala Harris, Kamala or Kamala, not saying it wrong on purpose. I don't know which one is correct, Kamala or Kamala. People say both. She was not elected by the Democrats. Joe Biden was, and she was placed in office. And so that is a concern for Democrats at this point, because that's not who you picked. She was given to you and she was forced to you, and that's who you have to deal with. And that's just the truth. If Trump wasn't in office and Trump was just forced in there and running, I'd say, we didn't pick Trump. I would just tell the truth. Like, that's what really happened. Like, that's the answer. People, you can say bias, I'm biased. Like, that's really the truth of what happened. So I appreciate people giving their honest feedback, but these are your two candidates right here. If you want your interest rates to go up, you want your taxes to go up, you want everything to be more expensive, which is going to happen. It's very clear. That's what they do. Then vote for Kamala Harris. If you want your interest rate to come down, if you want your taxes to come down, if you want the grocery store to be more affordable, if you want all these things, then vote for Trump, because that's what he said. Now, if Kamala Harris got on stage and she said, I'm going to lower gas prices, I'm going to lower taxes, I'm going to lower interest. If she said that, I'd be like, shit, that sounds pretty damn good. I would be interested in more of her policies. So that's why I'm giving this to you guys to understand where I'm coming from right now. I want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to be protected. I want people watching this live stream right now to understand that, in fact, our world and our nation needs great supporters, great leaders. And if you were able to go on the platform and you were to shake their hands up there, I want you to look at them and say, who is going to protect your country? Right now, I don't feel protected. Call it like it is. Our country has been strong through every possible, and this isn't a Republican-Democrat situation, because let me tell you something. Hillary Clinton, if she would get in office, I'll be honest with you, I feel like she's got a lot more experience. I would not want to vote for her. I'd vote for Trump, but I would rather Hillary Clinton get in than Kamala Harris, because I think Hillary Clinton has more experience. And I believe she understands more of what's going on. I believe she understands. Bill Clinton was in office. I'm not knocking the Democratic Party at all, because I think when Bill Clinton was in office, I didn't think life was bad. If I go back for the history of the last 100 years, every president that got in wasn't even all that bad. You get to right now, in this day and era, one thing I don't like is socialism. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Rakeem, Paul, I'm using your names just because I've seen it on my screen here, because you're voting for Harris. Are you a fan of socialism? I'm asking you that question. Are you a fan of that? That's a question I have for you. I'm just asking because this is kind of the route that they're going. Some people are a fan of that. To be honest, some people are a fan of that. So that's why they say that. And again, I'm not throwing shade. I'm asking you because that's how I feel personally about who I'm voting for, that I have to make sure that I feel protected and safe. I'm not throwing shade at all. Do you feel that Kamala Harris is protecting the country? Our borders are open. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Our borders are wide open. A lot of people can't afford shit at this time. It's very difficult to afford anything at this time. I know we ran past time here. We ran past 20 minutes past time. But I thought this was important. And I think our country needs to come together and unify. Paul, Jeff, Mahai, Candy, Brittany, Shirley, we're all on the same team. Like, I want you guys to understand that. We're all on the same team. Rakeem, we're on the same team. Like, we legit are in the same nation. Like, if people come over here, you're going to be fighting with me, right? Like, you're going to be on my team. Like, I hope people understand that. And if I would get up there and speak on behalf on the debates, I'd say, Paul, you're in Australia. Okay, great. Australia. So then you probably saw this then. You probably saw this. Paul, if you live in Australia, then you saw this. I know you saw this. So you understand how inside jobs are getting done. Like, you understand first and foremost. You got a break dancer out there, Paul, and we can laugh about that, right? You got a break dancer shows up in the Olympics. Like, how the hell did that happen? Because of broken down systems, right? People that aren't, strong enough at the core to make sure shit's not happening, right? You saw that break dancer. And by the way, Australia is a beautiful country. No shade whatsoever. Australia is beautiful. If I could travel there, I'd love to travel there and spend time and hang out and see all these beautiful things. Australia is wonderful. So no shade whatsoever. But at the end of the day, all I'm breaking down is we need a stronger core, and people that are in our country and our nation I think it's important that people come together. And Paul, rightfully, here's one thing. You're not voting anyway. If you live in Australia, you're not voting anyway. So your vote doesn't even count, to be completely honest with you. And if I'm in another country, I'd want that country to not be as good too. Like if I was in another country, I'd say, hey, pick that guy. He's not going to do shit. People that live in America, and Paul, I appreciate your conversation, but because you're not based here, it's a little irrelevant. Even though, again, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. And bullshit, hope you watch our sports show. We have a lot of fun here. But Paul, all I'm saying is you're not even based in the country. So the hard part is you really wouldn't really understand a lot of things that are going on over here inside of how we feel, because we are a nation that has been number one for a very long time. If you don't believe it, you saw the Olympics. So you saw what was going on. You saw how it was every sport, every turn, every look, from the sprints to the cycling, to the basketball, you can go all over the place, from the women and men. Everywhere you were looking, in the pool, everywhere you looked, it was gold, gold, gold. It was so many people getting medals that America is so damn tough and so strong. And again, Australia is an amazing country, and I'm not knocking Australia at all. What I'm saying is, if you live in this country and you appreciate our nation, then first and foremost, what you want is our flag to be up, right? You want our flag to be loud and clear. You want people supporting our country. You want the military to protect us. Let me tell you something, Paul. The U.S. will be very helpful to Australia. The United States will be very helpful to Australia if shit were to go bad. We would be a great combination for you out there. And as you know, Trump is big time with our military, given so much to our troops, has given so much, and wants to keep giving more to our troops and senior citizens when they get older, wants to keep giving them, make sure that when they retire, they have money coming to them. Like, all these things are important. And for us in our country, we are hurting for a lot of reasons. We're hurting for a lot of reasons. And socialism, Paul, come on, socialism is pretty straightforward. We all understand that in our country because we don't want it to go to that. We understand all those countries around the world having issues with socialism. We see it. We see it. We didn't have that here. Like, we didn't have that here. And we understand around the world how, you have that one leader, that one person, that dictator that gets up there and tells you how things are going to work. Here in this country, what we do is we come together and we want to unify our nation. White, black, Spanish, doesn't matter what color you are, you work hard. That's why you watch our sports. You see it. You see our nation showing up on the Olympic stage. You see white, amazing people out there from all different sports. You see black, amazing people, all different backgrounds and cultures from the U.S. showing up and winning together on a team, right? Like, that is U.S. That is unifying our country. But the most important piece, Paul, is in our country over here, in our little, it's big, our circle. We have to feel more protected. If you want to visit our country, visit successfully. If we show up in Australia, we can't just stay there. You can't just show up and stay there. Right now, Kamala Harris, if you go to Mexico, you could just walk in, you arrive, and allegedly, right, here's a meal card, here's a cell phone, here's a place to live. They're dropping people off in herds at hotels in different states. That's the problem. That's the problem. So, again, guys, I appreciate we ran past time today. We'll be on live here for the debate, and we'll be live. We do sports entertainment every day, Paul. I appreciate everyone that's coming in here right now, whether you support Trump or whether you support Kamala Harris. I appreciate you for coming in here and trying to educate people and let people know what you think. It's all love. It's greatly appreciated. But at the end of the day, we are not interested in our nation failing anymore, and it's time for our country to start picking up the pieces and, again, lowering taxes, lowering interest, lowering the grocery store prices, helping our country come together and unify as a nation that we experience great things together with positive leadership, regardless of the Democrat and Republican, doesn't matter. Get in office and protect our people for once. Just like Australia is protecting their people, we want our country to protect our people first and then welcome everyone else that wants to come in legally. Guys, I appreciate you. We'll be live tomorrow on our show. Every day, as you know, we're live Monday through Friday, live on the platform. Sports and entertainment. We go over everything, and we appreciate it, all the people that are watching today. And as we move forward, remember, as you come on, you're going to see things are going to happen in the world, and we're going to bring it right here. If it's something live like this, we're bringing it right here to the attention. But every day you come on here, you're going to see some updates of things going on in the sports world. So we appreciate everyone that's in here right now. If you're in here and you're part of the Mesa Mile, put the dice in the chat right now. Put the flag in the chat right now. Show some love because I appreciate you joining on here. And if you don't agree with anything that I'm saying, or maybe we have a disagreement, look, I still appreciate you. I still appreciate you. Why? Because that's how we grow together. That's what I'm saying. That's how we grow together, and we come together, and we come up with policies, and we come up with leaders that can protect our future, protect our country. Because last thing I'm going to tell you is, if you're in the U.S. right now and you're picking your president, if shit hits the fan, we're on the same team. We're on the same team. Black people are going to be standing next to white people going, it's fucking showtime, right? Like black people, white people are going to be, and I got to tell you something. A black person, a white person, they make the best of friends. You find a white person and a black person that are best friends, you will never find a better combination of people. You think you got a great white friend? Get yourself, if you're a white person, get yourself a black friend. I bet you will, if you're a white person and you get a black friend that becomes your best friend, you will never have a better friend that will support you through anything. You rob a bank, he didn't rob that bank. They will stick by you. Same thing for black people. You got a black friend, get yourself a great white friend and become one. I'm telling you right now, if you see, remember the Titans, that shit is real. When a culture comes together, and you can sympathize how they feel in their daily life, you start protecting them. You're like, whoa, this is my friend. Like, you start protecting them. So black, white, Spanish, I'm for all the great people. You guys mean a lot to me. I appreciate everyone that's in the live stream right now. Put USA in the chat. I greatly appreciate our country more than anything. And hopefully whoever gets in office, if it's Trump, if it's Harris, we're going to have live debates here, but whoever gets in office, I'm going to hope that they do well. I'm not going to go in there and be like, I hope that, Kamala Harris screws up, or I hope Trump screws up. I'm not going to do that. If they get in, I'm going to say, you know what? You won. If they won the right way, fair and square, I'm going to say, you know what? That's what more people voted for. I hope that they do well. Because if they do well, our country does well. And they can continue down a great path. That's honestly how I feel. So at the end of the day, I might have who I'm picking. You might have who you're picking. But in general, we want the best people in office, and we're going to support whoever gets in because we want our country to do great things. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today, being part of our show. It's Monday. We've had a great start. It's going to be a long day. It's Monday, but we'll get through the week. And we have a lot of great opportunities, and we have some live football coming up. This Thursday, we have a game rocking and rolling right here on the live stream. Don't forget to watch our game on Thursday on here, and I'll make all the announcements this week. Tomorrow, we're live again. Be here 9:55. Don't show up at 10 o'clock. Show up at 9:55. If you're just watching and you agree with me or don't agree with me, you can still become part of our show, and we will support you, and we will show love to you, and we will have great conversation with you, and back and forth, we can become friends and work and do great things together. I will see you guys soon. I hope all of you have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 9:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate everybody from the U.S., and if you're from somewhere else outside the country, we will see you soon.